Okay, this is for all the new and the old TIs, targeted individuals, which eventually is going to be all of society. But before that happens, it's going to be a war. A lot of people are going to get massacred. Um, that's just for people defending the people they love. That's bound to happen, you know. There's no sense in having regular civilians um, have the authority to control these electronic drones, these satellite drones, and walk around with these electro lasers, um, these nausea guns that can make you throw up. And so, just to let you know, I think the targeted individualism saying has been going on for years. For instance, I'm going to give you a life story. You know, when I was young, my memory goes back to the age of 3. And the only things I can remember before that is that my ears used to bleed. I'd wake up and blood would be coming out of my ears. I was probably 2 years old, 3 years old. So the only things I remember before 3 is my ears bleeding and surgeries. I've always heard voices my whole life. I just thought it was a normal thing. I've always seen entities, beings, waking up from a nightmare, and all of a sudden you're supposedly in this real world and you're in a worse nightmare. My whole life has been that. It kind of stopped when I turned 30. I'm 40 years old now. About 10 years ago, the entity that used to haunt me for 30 years, it probably visited me 4 times as its entity. It was demonic. And so going back, you know, I've always heard like voices, I've always seen things. I had like a higher conscience, you know what I mean? I could kind of like, it says in the Bible that my king, Yeshua, what they call Jesus Cristo, Jesus Christ, or the Father in heaven is the only people that can read your thoughts. You know, I can read your thoughts. INFJ, I think is what they call them now. I'm a healer. You know what I mean? Shamanistic. I don't practice it, but I am a massage therapist, and I do have these abilities to know where you have pain, and I can take that away from you. You know, but going back to the story of my life, it's always been being in wild, extravagant places for moments of time to express a moment of my life to a mass of people. I'm 40 now, so when I had my son, I was 23, 16 now. I had seen crafts, unidentified flying objects. One that came so close to me and my son in 2012 that I could have probably shot a BB gun at it and probably tinked it, you know. Because if it was as high as the planes that fly in the sky, it had to have been a mile long. With no sound, just lights. And we had evaporated in front of our eyes. It was wild, and it scared my son. So that started in 2012. So I started observing the skies, and then I started seeing these SKS satellites. But then again, you know, when it goes to the targeted individuals, the reason why they target us is because we either had done drugs, been in jail, or were associated with fornication on a big level. Hey, we're not perfect, you know, but people are trying to play like they're the creator in heaven to actually mind us. They're the CEOs of our freedom of the world. You know what I mean? They want to be these CEOs. To like correctional officers, when you're in jail, they tell you what to do or what to go to anyway. With the V2K program, the HARP systems, the CERN projects that are taking place, people are playing with human beings like they're toys. In my case, I and I predicted this about 7 years ago that I had a feeling that people were using just for the fact that you look at the phone like I have a camera right here, right? I'm used to looking right here, but you know, um, and the more video footage they can get from you, they can pretty much replay a whole scene. You robbing a bank and shit. It's your pictures, your voice, everything. And how can you deny it when the evidence is you of recording you? So if they're recording you, who's the main programmer or the administrator of the video footage you're recording and stuff, right? So they can manipulate somebody's world, right? Just because of the images they have and the sounds they have. So that's a lot of times I don't want to try to say too much, but when I do, it's a rant and it's comedy shit because it's so depressing what has been done to my life, my personal life, that you have to act out crazy. You have to say stupid stuff just to make yourself be silly. You know what I'm saying? So that you don't go and, like I say, what the program's designed to do is for you to go and kill a bunch of people, end up in jail, end up in a psychiatric ward, or to commit suicide. Um, I don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? I believe in reincarnation, and I feel like this is my seventh life. I want to prove an example to people that there's a struggle that's going on that's going to be upon every single person in the world. This kind of torture. I've already gone through being in jail 5 times. I've already been in psychiatric wards. I've gone to the point of slicing my left arm with a knife. I did a tattoo of my left arm with a knife. I mean, I've been stabbed, um, incarcerated. I mean, surgeries, broken hands, cut off fingers. I've been in over 30 fights here in Albuquerque, New Mexico. I'm just saying one hour. I'm talking. I've had over 50, 60 guns pulled on me total now in Albuquerque. Not just like one time. I'm talking on 4 different occasions just off the streets, and the rest were by cops. I've been pulled over at least 90 to 100 times here in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Been to court 30 sometimes. They try to find me incompetent to stand trial. And believe me, I am very calm because to be aggressive is bad energy. Believe me when I say this, you know. I can't show you some stuff. That's a whole there. This is the 5th location. I'm talking about sleeping at Joy Junction out here in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Homeless shelters, sleeping in the car, grabbing your phone where it start to tell you on the phone. It says keep track on the target. You're showing up to locations and FBI CIA agents are there rolling up with a truck bed for your car just in case you want to skip town. Being hit with these weapons that grab your heart and go, it like squishes your heart, no? The radiation frequencies, it's annoying, but I got used to it. It's kind of like, I woke up one morning and it was like I was been at a concert for like 10 hours and I just heard this ringing, like I just left the concert. You know how you've been in front of the speaker jamming the stage for like 5-6 hours, and I lost a lot of my hearing. I'm a musician. The electronical part started the first time I plugged the internet cord, the yellow cord into my computer. And I heard about YouTube, and I heard you can make money off of YouTube. So I says, you know what? I had this video called Bees in the House, and it was where it took 3 days to take out 350,000 honeybees from my home. I was living with them for 3 years. They found sanctuary at my home. There was a disease that was going around killing the bees. I mean, if we don't have bees, we don't have pollination, we don't have life, everything dies. So I let them stay there. I told them they could stay in my house as long as they don't sting my son. I got stung like 10 times in the 3-year span. And so anyway, they had stung my son 2 times in one day, one in the car and one in the house. And then I wasn't even going to call the bee dude. My brother happened to show up. I know somebody. And then the next day, this guy came by, and so anyway, it took 3 days. He didn't destroy the bees. He lives with them. They call him the bee man. He's Nigerian. Awesome dude. You know what I mean? Awesome man, awesome person. And so he took him and transferred him to his house because his whole house is a honeycomb. He has layers. He opens up, panes a window with 3 or 4 different types of honeybees with different colors. It's so beautiful. He's like, man, he was in there taking all the bees from my house. And he was like, I wish bees would just show up in my pad like this. I had to go and search for them stuff. But anyway, I was a Catholic for about 23 years. I mean, a youth minister for 9 years. I was a choir director for a couple years. I left the Catholic faith religion basis as a choir director at 23. And I don't want to go into the specifics of that. Um, when you're in a place where you've known the Holy Spirit, the true Holy Spirit, and a priest tells you, hey, we don't need you to be doing that here in this congregation. It kind of baffles you. So I mean, that's just the slightness of it. I mean, I've given talks to thousands of people. I've made over 120, 30 songs out here in Albuquerque, New Mexico, about 7 albums. 5, 6 years ago, I found out that my work for the last probably about 10 years was being hacked, being manipulated. I would be like 6, 7 hours deep into a song. I'm probably like 75% done. The computer would shut down. I would come back to my music and there'd be like, out of maybe even 27, 30 WAV files, 3 of them were always changed. So I might have put together a 4-part harmony because I'm a vocalist. Might have been like a 4-part harmony, and all of a sudden the computer shuts down. It comes back on. Also, on that 4-part harmony, that's the hardest part of a song, turns into a trumpet sound. Beep 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 beep. When it should be like a harmony going on, 4-part harmony. That takes hours to do, and or a tambourine or a simple a clap or a hi-hat cymbal. All 4-part harmony chorus line turns into one sound that's like clicking. And that's on 3 of my channels all the time. So ruining my music, the stuff that I created. That went on for almost 7 years before I dawned on me, like, what's really going on here? So hacking, when your computer just shuts off and then turns on, and then all your shortcuts are in different places. Or your mouse starts to take off when you're not even touching the mouse. It just starts taking off. Or your computer just turns on in the middle of the night. That's hacking stuff. Somebody's watching you. And since I had my phone and my computer linked, they were watching me all the time everywhere I go. They can receive my messages before I do. I lost a relationship, a woman that I thought I was going to marry, because of this shit. You know what I mean? She hated the fact that she would text me or call me, and I would never answer her calls or get her messages, and she would greet me with yelling. Why ain't you this? I'm like, I never received your message. You know what I mean? And it was because somebody out there was doing that and manipulating my personal relationship that I have a child with. They don't even consider that. It's like it's pointless to them. They don't even take into consideration, like, what if that happened to you or your children? Something like that. Some perpetrator just come and just disrupt their livelihood. Or you're going to school, right? You're studying in college, and they started messing with your alarm clock. You know what I'm saying? They can alter your lights. I mean, the last house that I was in, I didn't have lights in my living room, like from the ceiling. In my living room, my bathroom, and my kitchen, I had to plug in outlets. A lot of my electronics were disabled. I've lost a lot of my animals, family members. And I was looking up on the line on these people that do this kind of stuff. They have to constantly be around me 24/7. I looked in there, and I guess they're getting paid $500,000. This is what they're paying. It's all $500,000, and they have to disperse this money amongst the people that are stalking me, right? Following me everywhere, trying to make me feel uncomfortable, all this kind of stuff, right? Delaying me, trying to aggravate me, screaming stuff out the window all the time, ripping stuff off of my car, breaking into my car, breaking into my house, um, planting stuff here and there, um, doing mocking, telling lies to neighbors, spreading false rumors, and then on top of that, broadcasting lies, saying that I'm a pedophiliac or that I rape or that I kill or I'm a murderer or that I hate Mexicans or that I hate blacks or that I hate whites or that I'm against LGBT or anything they can possibly say to make somebody try to have an altercation with me where I end up in jail or I end up killing somebody or I end up in a psychiatric ward or I end up dead. That's demonic. There's no love in that. There's no love for family in that. There's no love for self-worth. It's like they don't realize that they're disposable too. They believe that they're like they believe that there's no way that they can ever experience a death. That's how ignorant these people are. I'll tell them straight up, I guarantee you if I hit you with a knife, you're gonna bleed. I promise you. If you don't think that you're gonna bleed as a human being, maybe that's what might it take, or worse. You know what I'm saying? If you ever got a cut or a yaya, you know what I mean? Like you stubbed your toe, it's like, ow, you felt a little bit of pain. Let's times that about by 1,000,000. It gets worse. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, you can just levitate and fly in the sky, and I'll go to another planet and come right back, and then however, that's another type of level. Either you're demonic, witchcraft, or whatever. And like again, my kind of demeanor is, I've dealt with the police, I've dealt with the FBI. I know this is run by the CIA. I've been to the military constellations. I ran up on Kirtland Air Force Base with the armed guys with AR-15s and stuff. I tried to leave this town, and about 7 cats rolled up on me. I mean, like, if I'd have got about 5 miles, they made me feel like if I'd have got about 5 miles out of town, they were gonna lynch me, or not lynch me, just kill me. I mean, just kill me and just put my car in the truck bed, and then I'm just gonna disappear. I've barely got this tablet now to make recordings. I don't know how they're letting me. Maybe somebody has a heart out there to say, hey, you know, at least let him record something, man. You don't get to see his kid. I got a 16-year-old boy. My ex was even molested through this kind of program. I'm starting to realize that was molested, and she was raped. I feel like my dad was killed. One of my dogs was killed. A lot of the animals that are going through this, I mean, imagine us as human beings that we only hear under 20 hertz? Under 20 hertz. I'm like about 15 or 14 hertz. I have crazy hearing. I can't see too good, but my hearing is sick, you know. But imagine the animals, what they're going through, the harassment they're going through. Like you really can't hear a dog whistle, but imagine if somebody's blowing a dog whistle all damn day. You know what I'm saying? Disrupting all the animals. God's creation, not even realizing that the main creation that he created was humans, and you're torturing them is the idealism of their adultery, of their wickedry, of their terrorism. They're trying to abuse God's best creation, right? And make them to where they kill somebody, where they kill themselves, or they end up in jail or in a psychiatric ward. That's their fucking plan. And they're with it. Imagine that kind of, and then to teach children to be like that, just to spread lies and lies and lies and lies and lies, constantly lying to them. They don't even know. Well, they're probably they're probably chipped too, where they just flip a switch and the kids don't even know where. They're just okay. You know what I mean? Like, I feel so bad for these children that are caught up with these people that are in these programs doing this to other people that didn't even know. You know what I'm saying? The police are involved. They don't even care, man. The police don't even care. I've been thrown in jail 5 times. 4 times I didn't do a damn thing wrong. I didn't do a damn thing. And all they could tell me is in court was, sorry, we got the wrong Dominic Chavez. I still have no felonies, but I'm facing 6 charges here coming up on the 1st. Again, I was a musician. I had a life. I 2 years ago I graduated from UTMI. I'm a massage therapist. I was even in the medical field. Try to get 3 more degrees or 3 more other statements because I found out near the end of the program that you don't get degrees. It's just that you get a high learning and you get to be in the medical field, meaning a lot of you get to learn or meet a lot of the doctors, which is a good thing. I mean, people that have a lot of money will pay you more, right? Getting a massage from a professional massage therapist, that's a rich man's luxury or a rich woman's luxury. You know what I mean? It's very beneficiary to the body, the human muscle structure. It creates blood flow, it creates livelihood, it creates youthfulness, it creates stability within constriction. You know what I mean? For instance, having like top bands or having an you know what I mean, certain pains in your body where your muscles are contracted, like like a fist, right? And because of muscle memory, I mean, I don't go back onto the massage therapy, but I'm not even able to use my. All my clients were lost because my emails. The person I found out was hacked into my email, so for me to get a new phone, and then I found out about V2K, and I found out about this seeing through my own eyes and stuff, and it's like the only option I have to stop this is to just kill the people that are doing it and then end up in jail or get on a run. Like, I don't think they realize that. I'm very aware of it, and I've been calling the shot for about a long time, and I don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's children involved. You know what I'm saying? They're innocent. They're not even over 18. Like, they're so innocent. Like, they don't deserve to have to be put under that kind of treatment or have to been taught that kind of functionality in their young world. You know what I'm saying? And for me to say things because they can obviously hear me through the phone, through these devices, through chips, through nano dust, um, it's sad. You know what I'm saying? It's sad. You know what I mean? Um, it's just I don't know where to go to. You know what I mean? For society, who to ask for help. My numbers are always being redirected, or I get sent a different message, or a different profile shows up on my Google searches or my Vmail searches because of hackeandos, people that are hacking. You know what I mean? It's like their life is to be involved in distracting us from the truth constantly. That's demonic. Because who's the prince of darkness? Who's the prince of lies? Satan. And anybody that does anything that's deceitful, hateful, corrupt, thievery, breaking into houses, slandering people, saying bad things about them that are not even true, disrupting their job ethics, messing up their school records, stealing personal private things from them, exploiting them on dark web channels, right? Making YouTube video or dark web videos of them, recording them in any manner, whether it's dressing, whether it's having intercourse, whether it's using the restroom, whether it's eating. I mean, like personal stuff that just, you should be able to just have privacy, you know? They making money off of that, right? And then they're expelling these things across the globe for people that don't even speak the same languages that they even understand. But through all the technology, you can implement voices, you can implement words, all for the demonic dollar. That's what this is all. This whole thing's about. It's a demonic dollar. It's to pit human beings against each other that are not rich. And mind you, a lot of the people that are associated or in or I didn't sign up for this program. This is something that was implemented on me for a long time. I don't know what for. You know, I'm a strong being. I've been through so much torment. I don't care if someone kills me. I don't care if I suffer, and I don't care, man. You know what I mean? I really don't. Getting knocked out, beat. I've been in handcuffs, getting beat up by 9 officers one time, coming out of a knockout. I just wanted to be double cuffed. My arm, my left shoulder was coming out. Falsifying documents from Albuquerque Police Department, and then showing up and having fire department documents saying that I was seen by the fire department, and that never happened. I got two brothers that are in the fire department, so that was a big oops. And then finding lawyers to say that should make the national news and stuff. No, and then all of a sudden, my lawyers that I had, a year and a half goes by. We have 3 years, they told me, and a year and a half goes by. I call them up like, what's going on with the case? When are we gonna start pursuing this? Oh, things have changed. Sorry, we can't help you. And then you call up like 30 other lawyers, and no one wants to help you because they only want to cover DWI cases, so that when they go to the court systems, they don't have to be feuding. You know what I'm saying? They're on the same team. It's sad. You know what I mean? How you gonna get pulled over in your own house on probation? Get pulled over. They follow you to your house. You're already in your yard. They roll up, then throw the lights on, then come in the yard after you tell them this is private property. What do you want? And then you're on probation, and they issue another ticket. Me finding out that I had a license a suspended license from a prior one. How come the last ones that pulled me over and said I was running from the cops and aggravated all sorts of stuff, how come that didn't come up then? Like, they're not even checking records, man. And then to show up for court, getting pulled over 3 times now, showing up to court for four or five different judges, and none of them. When I show up, I'm thinking I'm going to jail because that's I violated, right? Nothing, and no record of my other stuff. So what's going on? Why are they trap moving us? And is this happening everywhere? You know what I'm saying? I'm a light-skinned cat. Everybody thinks that it's just blacks or any type of or Hispanics or Chicanos. No, it's every kind of people all around the world right now that's going on. I'm a light-skinned cat, no, but I'm native. I'm Navajo, Apache, Comanche, Jewish, and Spaniard. Spaniards stole these Jewish families, brought them here to the Americas, and they migrated with natives. Both of my abuelitas, my grandmas, were native. They didn't even speak English at all, pretty much. I have barely heard a total of between both of them, maybe 30 words in English the whole time I know my grandmas. Excuse me. Um, it's just it's just really sad what's going on. And again, it's all for money. You know what I'm saying? It's all for money and I'm assuming fame. You know, they want, I don't know what the fuck they want, man. It's a trip. They don't give a shit about their families. They'd be on, there's cats out that'll be by themselves out there stalking people, and they got family at the house. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how sad and fuck these cats are, man. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter. Their kids don't matter. They don't give. They'd rather be without them. You know what I'm saying? Because these programs and these technologies that they have, they can rape women, posting outside of their houses for 2 weeks and just study the neurological system, and then they can, you know what I mean, through that nano dust and shit, get these drones and just I'll get mad at the chick and go out there and rape some chick, and they don't even know it, and they don't even care because their initiative is to get money. That's it. And then they got the backing of CIA, FBI, police department, because they don't realize that those departments are they're weaponizing the same kind of culture of people in these certain environments, weaponizing them, throwing them so much more money than they ever gave us as families here, to attack us and then take us out, you know, by little numbers. They don't realize that they're going to be the next target, and they're going to be easy targets because the programs and all the weapons that they're giving them, they're being surveillance and watched at the same time that they're doing it upon other people. So it's like, yeah, we know every single thing you did, and they're gonna throw all the charges in, and if not that, they're just gonna just take them out because they're not fighters. They're not people that will have confrontation. They're people that live in the darkness. They live in quietness, where they're hiding all the time, or you know what I'm saying? Creeps. You know what I'm saying? Creepers that are like little peeping toms and perverts. Sadistic minded people that they don't have love. They don't have like caring. They can care less. It's sad. It's a sad thing that we as individuals gone through. I don't know how I've even gone through this. I've already gone to the point where painting a gun and going over there, um, making it look real, spending about 4 hours. I mean, I'm talking about putting 100 pennies into the stock, cutting out the little holes, putting 45 bullet shells in the part like that, and then painting it to where it looks like a real gun, and just going causing some trouble up on the street, and cops show up and pull that out, boom, and that's suicide by cop. Um, I've been through the psychiatric wards where they had me on maybe 17, 18 different types of pills through like about 5 years. Um, that's one of the things that's missing from my regimen, um, is the type of pills, because the neurological system, they can alter your brain, they can alter your dreams, they can alter your voice, they can alter your thoughts, they can even arouse you orgasmically. 6.6 hertz can give a human being, a woman, you can get her going, and then, or can get a guy to get a hard on. That's just these are weapons, people. You know, erasing your memories, stealing your dreams, stealing your thoughts, stealing who you are, your ideas, um, who you as a being. To be with the Creator is to create. So the creativity that we have within us as individuals is being stolen by people that have none. All they want is the money, being paid the money to do this stuff. So there's shallow, hollow souled people that are falling lower and lower and lower and lower into darkness. You know what I mean? I think eventually it's going to be getting into having sex with your own children. Like where mothers are having sex with daughters and sons. The dad's going to be having sex with the daughters, the sons, and the mother all together, all having orgies and stuff. No, it's going to be all one thing that, it's going to be satanic. It's going to be pedophilia. It's going to be Sodom and Gomorrah all over again. And just like it says in the Bible, just as it was in the days of Noah. We just got to stay strong in the faith within the Creator, that this happened before, and that though now we're aware of it, hopefully more of us can overcome it, because there was only 9 that survived last time, 8, 9 in Noah's family. So again, I'm very calm of what I'm doing, because I know this. I have a perpetrator right outside. He's probably like about 10 feet from me, 15 feet from me, right? And this other person's yard, which is a big old stockpile of like land, boats. It's about like 5-6 acres of just stuff like laying there. No, you can hear that frequency. It's like a radiation frequency, and they pinpoint it on you and stuff. No, I guess he feels like Superman. You know what I'm saying? Or I don't know what. He's been doing it for so long that it's just who he is. He doesn't know anything else. He doesn't know anything else. I know who it is. I know where he lives. You know, and I don't know. To be obsessed that much with somebody is sickening. That's to me, that's a mental disorder. But yet they're gonna call us crazy. You feel me? So prayers too. I didn't mean to make this such a long video, but there's a lot of information in there. You know what I mean? It's Dominic Chavez. They call me Delight. May you have a delightful evening and a delightful day tomorrow. Blessings from Yahshua, aka Jesus Christ. Blessings to you.